Once in a small, peaceful village, there lived a young man named Arjun. He was well-liked, smart, and talented, but there was one problem. He blamed everyone else for his failures. When Arjun lost a race, he said the ground was uneven. When he failed an exam, he blamed the teacher for asking tricky questions. When he couldn't find a job, he said the world was unfair and his luck was bad. He always had a reason, always someone to blame. And slowly, people started avoiding him, not because he wasn't talented, but because he never took responsibility. One day, his wise grandfather called him and said, "Arjun, come with me. I want to show you something that changed my life when I was your age." Curious, Arjun followed his grandfather into the forest. After walking for a while, they reached an old, abandoned hut. Inside, there was nothing except a dusty old mirror hanging crookedly on the wall. Arjun looked around and said, "Is this it? A broken mirror in a broken hut?" His grandfather smiled and said, "Yes, this is the mirror that never lied." Arjun raised an eyebrow. "A mirror that doesn't lie? All mirrors reflect the truth." The old man chuckled. "No, not all do. Most people see what they want to see, but this one shows you what you refuse to see." He told Arjun to stand in front of it and look deeply. At first, Arjun saw himself, strong, young, confident. But as he kept staring, the reflection started to shift. Slowly, he began to see himself as others saw him, arrogant, angry, blaming, insecure. He stepped back, shocked. "What is this? Why did I look like that?" His grandfather replied, "That is how your soul looks when it's full of excuses. The mirror simply reflects it." Confused, Arjun asked, "But I've never harmed anyone. Why do I appear so bitter?" His grandfather gently placed a hand on his shoulder. "Arjun, your problem isn't that you're not capable. It's that every time life challenges you, instead of looking within, you look around for someone to blame. You've trained yourself to escape, not to grow." Arjun felt a lump in his throat. No one had ever said it so directly before, and no mirror had ever made him feel so exposed. He sat quietly on the floor, thinking. His grandfather continued, "I too once stood here, just like you, angry at the world, until I realized I was angry at myself for not trying harder, not being braver, not accepting the truth." Arjun looked up and asked, "What did you do then?" The old man smiled. "I came back every week. I stood here and faced my reflection until the man in the mirror started changing. And it wasn't because the mirror changed, it was because I did." From that day on, Arjun began visiting the mirror every Sunday. At first, it was painful. Sometimes the mirror showed him his laziness, other times, his envy, and sometimes it showed him how he hurt people with his words without realizing it. But he didn't run away. He didn't make excuses. He just kept coming back. Weeks turned into months, and one day, when he looked in the mirror, he saw something new. A calmness in his eyes, a quiet strength, and a genuine smile. Not the smile that said, "I know better than you," but the kind that says, "I've made peace with myself." Arjun returned to the village a different man. He didn't blame others when things went wrong. He owned up. He worked harder. He became someone people wanted to follow, not because he was perfect, but because he was honest. Years later, when he became a teacher, he would tell his students, "If you want to know who you truly are, don't ask the world. Ask the mirror that never lies." Friends, life gives us many mirrors: our failures, our relationships, our choices. Most people avoid them because they're scared of what they'll see. But true growth begins the moment you stop blaming and start reflecting. Remember, a mirror doesn't judge, it simply shows. What you do with that reflection, that's where transformation begins. If you found value in this story, do like and share it with someone who needs a little reminder to look within. I'll see you next time with another powerful story. Until then, be kind, be honest, and never stop growing.